Hello and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. This is track guide number 6 of our championship, and we're at the Dragon Tail International Raceway in Croatia. Now, to be honest, I was debating on whether to bother with this one, only really because of the fact that this is probably the most driven circuit on the game, and I doubt there's very many people who don't know how to get around this track. But yeah, I might as well stick with what I've been doing to date. So, I'm not going to change it now. I'll carry on, but obviously I'll be doing this really just for anyone who might have been living in a cave for the last few years and haven't driven around this track, or any newbies to the game, of course. Well, anyway, we'll get on with this track guide anyway, going into this. Just about to start lap 3 as usual. Start and finish lines just up ahead, as you can see. So let's get this underway, shall we? Here we go. So across the line we go. Now we've got this like sweeping right hand. That's not, we can go flat all the way through here. Now, some drivers will be into about 6th gear at this point. Now at the end of this curbing on the right hand side at about 100-metre board, I want to start looking at braking and dropping the gears down. It's a very cambered left right hander that's coming up here. I guess it's turns 2 and 3 really. I suppose the little kink is turn 1, but let's call them 2 and 3. But it's very off camber. As you approach it, you don't want to be hitting the inside of the curb. As you can see, there's a big high curb on there. So if you're hitting that red section too much, and the car, depending on which car again you're in, it's just going to knock you across to the other side, being it is so high. But of course, it's quite tight as well. So as you come through, if you give it too much welly, or if you happen to be on the inside and there's a car on the outside of you, or if you are that outside car, again, you don't want to be going out onto that other curb over there, because, as I say, it's high. There's not much of a runoff, and when you do go off there, there's a gravel trap as well. So really, you want to be trying to get as clean as you can through this little flip-flop left-right hander. Feather it through here. Now you can feed it all the way out to above the hill as you come up onto the brow of the hill here to the left. But again, you've got to be careful not to take too much of that curb. You can run it over, but as you can see, if you get too much of it and you end up at the end of the curb where the grass starts, again, you can end up spinning round and facing the other way at that point. So all the way flat now, looking through there. Now this turns quite interesting. Some people might want to have a little dab at a brake here. Others might drop it down a gear. In fact, you can just about go just a small lift really. You haven't really got to do anything. So you kind of flat, but just a small lift just to get you through. But again, if you hit that inside of that inside curve where the grass is, there's a good chance you're going to be going off to the left into the gravel trap over there. But it's pretty much flat through there. You can ride all this curb on the left as you come through. Now, I always start braking pretty much instantly as soon as I hit this curb, because this next right hand is pretty tight, sort of hairpin type corner. So I'll be braking now and then dropping it down. I try and get in as tight as I possibly can and run over this inside curb, very deep there actually. Doesn't matter, it doesn't really cost you that much as long as you're using all of this curb on the left as you come up that hill towards the bridge. Over the top, flat all the way down, little kink here, you can take all that. Now at this point here, again, now you're into the fast section. This is going to be like the snake section, I call it. It's going to be a left, right, left, and it's pretty much flat all the way through. Some people might brake and drop a gear at this point, but you want to try and get as close as you can into this inside curb like that, almost onto the grass, but not onto the grass. You just go all the way through, just all the way through, just follow the track round, but be careful not to take too much of that right hand side at this point either. It's all similar kind of traps, you've got the curb, you've got that little bit of red kind of concrete, and then you've got the gravel itself. Either way, if you get your car beached, depending on the car again, if you're going too far into that curb, the bottom of the car might scrape itself along that curb, and it might not like it. might be facing that left-hand barrier. So this little kink here, just go now top of the hill, all the way down to the bottom of the hill now. And about 100 metre board. Now I want to start to look at braking for this next right-hander. There's a couple of lines here in this right-hander people might want to take. Some might want to take it a little bit wider, so go a little bit further along on the left and then almost square it off. I tend to bring it in a little bit tighter and then use all of the exit as much as I possibly can. So I try and get as tight into that inside curb as possible and then feed it out and use all of that curb on the left. Again, quite narrow there, but you can use all that curb there on that left-hand side against the wall. There you go. Now we're going to the difficult chicane now. You can ride all these curbs here, full speed across these. First one, second one. And position yourself as close as you possibly can to this right-hand barrier, obviously not touching it, because this is the chicane of death. And if you hit this, you're going to be losing a lot of positions, let's put it that way. So it's very tight. But so as you can see, it's almost a straight line through it. That if you can see that there, if you look going right through where you're looking, it's almost a straight line through there, which you can straight line it. If you get it right, you can pretty much straight line it. And I don't do a bad job of it. There you go. At this point, I do pretty much go all the way across that curb and straight line it without touching that barrier. But obviously these orange parts of the wall there and the metal barrier itself is where you're going to be hitting it if you get it wrong, and you're going to be going across to the other side, to the left. Now it's flat all the way down to the final of the bridge. Some people might get to 6th gear, and then again about the 50 metre board for me, I start to look to brake and I drop it down to about 3rd gear. You can get 2nd as well, but I feed it around. Again, some people might want to take it wider here, as it's quite a long, wide right-hander. I feed it, I get as close as I can into the apex, and then bring it all the way out to the curb on the left there, as you can see, and then it's all the way up to the line. So there's your lap. So I'll keep quiet now for this next one, the next flying one, and you can have a look. So here we go then. So that was your fast lap round here. So up to about 6th gear with the curb, drop it down to about 3rd. Gently through, off camber there, knock the car sideways, and away you go. Up to about 5th gear as I reach this next right-hander. 5th there, cut the corner, lift a little bit now, start to brake down to 2nd. Wide there, use all that curb on the left, power out. Up to the top of the hill, back down the other side to about 5th gear, drop it back down to 4th, try and keep the momentum going, all the way, 4th, rev it out, 5th, all the way down to the tight right-hander and up to 6th gear probably. Do I stay in 5th? I do stay in 5th. To 2nd. Nice and tight in there now. Feed it out, 3rd, feed it out, use the curb on the left. Straight across these curbs, up to 5th gear. Now drop it to 4th. Through the chicane. That's better. Under the tunnel. We'll be on for another quickest lap here. We'll be in the 1:37s here. Up to 2nd, or down to 2nd I should say. Up to 3rd. 4th. That's your lap of Seaside, Dragon Tail. So that's it then. As I say, it might be a bit of a useless video for a lot of you, but you never know. But thought I'd just keep it with the what I've been doing. So well, there you are. There it is. That's your next round. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.